So last Saturday, my family decided to have a classic game night. You know the drill: snacks, drinks, my uncle's famous cheese dip, and a stack of board games older than most of my cousins. We were trying to decide between Clue, Uno, and Monopoly when my cousin Dave, usually the most competitive of the bunch, suddenly went pale and shook his head at the mere mention of Monopoly. "No way," he said, clutching his keys like they were a lifeline. "Not after last time. I lost my house." Everyone chuckled, assuming he meant Boardwalk or Park Place, but Dave just stared at the chips like they were repossession papers. I figured he was just being dramatic. Dave has a flair for the theatrical. He once pretended to faint to avoid karaoke. So, we played Uno instead, but Dave kept glancing nervously at the Monopoly box as if it was going to serve him an eviction notice. At one point, he tried to trade me his wild draw for first dibs on the guest room if things go south. I laughed it off, thinking he was just being his usual weird self, until halfway through the night, he asked if anyone had a spare cardboard box just in case. Fast forward to Monday, and I get a text from Dave: "Hey, remember what I said about losing my house? Can you help me move?" I thought he was still joking, but when I showed up, he was standing outside his place with all his belongings piled up neatly, looking like he was waiting for the Monopoly man himself to show up with a top hat and a moving van. Turns out, Dave had made a bet with his landlord, over a particularly heated Monopoly game last month, that if he landed on Marvin Gardens with 3 hotels, he'd give up his lease. The landlord, apparently a stickler for rules and a die-hard Monopoly fan, held him to it. So now I'm hauling boxes labeled utilities and community chest, and Dave keeps asking if I'll help him pass go to his new place. I guess next time, when someone says they lost their house in Monopoly, I should ask for a mortgage application instead of the rulebook.